Haganai I Don't Have Many Friends is one of my personal comfort anime. It was also my gateway anime. It's a comedy harem anime that more focuses on the comedy aspect than the harem aspect, if I had to be honest. And it kind of reminds me of the show d-frag, where its comedy was more than the semi-subliminal romance stuff, and how there's one normal guy in a group of like crazy weirdos. And the reason I like Haganai I Don't Have a Lot of Friends more than a more comedic style of show is just because of the characters and the character chemistry, and also of how relatable the show is. And the romance stuff is more like a topping. Like when each character is introduced, they all have like their baseline characteristics that you can like pick up in 5 minutes. But then as the show goes on, you can see them progress, change, and it was really deep in all of their insecurities. And this kind of goes along with the relatability point I stated earlier, but all their insecurities are so relatable to a person who doesn't have a lot of friends or any and is trying their hardest to feel included in a real friend group. And I kind of feel like this is the reason why people like Watamoe, where it's showing this really scared and awkward girl who doesn't really know what she's doing, who has a ton of social anxiety. And in Haganai I Don't Have Any Friends, it shows an ensemble group of people who don't know what they're doing when trying to make friends and be completely lonely to anyone else but each other, which is why I personally related to it a lot and what was one of my main hooks to it. And also the character dynamic with the group was just how I envision a normal friend group to be. And also as a person who doesn't have a lot of friends, it also does this great thing that I've only ever seen done in one other anime that makes you feel like you're a part of their group, which is much better explained in Nox's video about why Fairy Tail is really good. And I love their attention to details of the characters. Like, it's something you have to see unfold. Unlike other harems, the main cast of characters are all actually like really good friends with each other and have chemistry within each other. Because sometimes when I watch a harem like Kiss Him Not Me and My Next Life as a Villainess, I feel like if the main character wasn't there, most of the love interests would literally not talk to each other ever. And unlike most other harems, all the conflict within the friend group isn't about them being jealous of not having this one guy. They're all more personal character problems, like their insecurities about having no friends is much more interesting than all of the characters getting jealous over the guy. And it also kind of helps that the main guy isn't like a generic pervert guy with like one sad little interesting thing about him. He's a really dynamic character that you see unfold and get like more revealed throughout the show. And the romance part of the show is like super downplayed to the point where I kind of forget I'm supposed to be watching a harem anime. And it kind of just feels like a cool group of friends that you're watching and seeing them grow and change. Kind of because they're all like kind of mean to him, which is much more refreshing than all the girls like crazy blushing over him. And when fan servicey things happen, he's like so nice about it. He just closes his eyes, turns away and says I'm sorry and try to make them not feel embarrassed. And fan servicey things happen in the show, but I feel like it's used more comedically. But then again, I thought Fairy Tail's fan service was kind of tame, and some people said that was a huge turnoff. So if you don't care for fan service, I think you'll still enjoy the show because it happens once every like 3 episodes. So not like other harem anime where it happens once every 30 seconds. And the one time any romantic conflict even happens in the show, it's honestly used to further develop the characters' insecurities and them developing past it. Not for some weird jealous story arc plotline of who's he's gonna choose. But honestly, there's no season 3, so who knows what's gonna happen. Who knows? The Devil's a Part-Timer just got announced to get a season 2 after like 7 or 8 years, so. And finally, like the comedic elements of the show, I laughed really hard and I enjoyed it a lot. It's kind of because of the chemistry of the entire ensemble of characters put together, and the fact that it has a lot of sexual humor, which I really like. But seriously, I can't emphasize this enough, but the characters in this show are so good. So if you like a romance harem anime that's mostly comedic, less on the romantic harem side, and that's really character driven, really relatable to people who have no friends and want to feel like they're a part of something. And if fan service is an absolute deal breaker, then you know, you'll be warned, there's some fan service in here. But I don't feel like it's a deal breaker, so I still recommend it.